Welcome to Room by the Hour. And on this episode, we're going to talk about 10 things that you didn't know about hotels that probably scared the crap out of you. Hotels don't tell you, but just because it's expensive doesn't mean it's clean. Number one. Yes, number one. Just because you probably don't realize this, your sheets are usually cleaner than the remote. They may wipe the remote off, they probably don't, but all the sheets are done at 185 degrees and they're bleached like crazy. It's way easier to wash sheets than it is to try to fold them. So, now granted, you guys have watched my videos and sometimes there's places where they just make the beds up. But most of the places, the fancier places, they strip and wash the sheets because there's actually 3 different people who do it. You have somebody who strips them and then they take them down to wash. And then you have somebody who comes up and makes the bed and cleans and all that good stuff. So, and then you have somebody who comes in behind, check, and it's all done. That should all happen in about 15 minutes. At least that's the Marriott way. Now, in those fancier places, those fridges, the mini bars, the things like that, they're actually done by weight. And whenever you pick something up out of there, the sensor will actually register it that you have taken out. Have you seen those Amazon stores where you walk in and it sits there and it scans your face and it bills you and you have the account and all that stuff, and you walk out and it just kind of lets you know your total on the way out the door? It's kind of the same technology, but it started in hotel mini bars. Granted, I will never do anything in mini bars because I'm cheap. And I don't want to pay $8 for a bottle of water where I can go straight down to the gym and I can fill my cup up for free in the same bottled water. Like, seriously, why are you going to charge me like that? It's crazy. Who's going to do that? It's just dumb. Number 3, hotels overbook on purpose. Okay, so they expect no-shows. So they'll actually book to like 110%, expecting people not to show up. And what they'll do is they'll actually cancel your reservation. They'll have some excuse. Oh, we can't do this. We can't do that. Oh, I'm sorry. It didn't go through. Oh, you had to be checked in by a certain time. That's all BS. They actually do it on purpose because if they have a walk-in come in and they're willing to pay $150 a night and you book for $105 a night, your reservation disappears and the walk-in paid more, and that's how that works. But granted, sometimes they'll sit there and be like, oh, yes, no, we'll take care of you, and they'll actually walk you to another property and pay for a room somewhere else. It's often at their expense though. Yeah, I think that was number 4 you'd say that. But I got number 5. Number 5, the ice bucket isn't always food safe. You know how they get those little plastic baggies and stuff? Yeah, no, I don't use those. I don't use those at all. And you can actually wash the thing out and you can use it, but a lot of times there's a hole in there and there's like corrody stuff on the bottom. So when you're drunk at 2 o'clock in the morning, you go to dip you some ice out of there so you can have a drink and stuff. It's not good. I don't know if you watched that one episode where I actually took the recycling bin and went and washed it and then got ice in the recycling bin. I know that's food safe because I washed it and it's good to go. But yeah, that's kind of my hack on it. I use the ice machines, but a lot of times if you need a lot of ice, you can go down to the bar and be like, hey, can I get some ice? And they'll just put it in there and be like, whatever, you're good to go. So it's kind of my ice hack, I guess you'd say. All right, number 6. So hotels track you, but not like you think. They don't have like facial recognition where they see where you're going and what you're doing and stuff like that. Some do. Some of the fancier ones, they have that ability. A lot of them, they track you on your phone. And when you're using your phone and you got the key in it and stuff like that, your key log, it'll actually know where you're at, where your proximity is, where you're going, things like that. And also, if you let it to track you across sites, it'll see if you are traveling towards the area, if you're too far away from the area, if you're down the street or in a parking lot kind of deal. And it'll actually raise the price a little bit on you there. They also track you with your key cards and stuff, like what rooms you go into, if you use the breakfast room, if you use the exercise room. that kind of stuff. But the cheaper hotels, they really don't care because their machines are not worth it for that. So don't worry about them. All right, so I got number 7. So you may not realize it, but there's kind of a sliding scale. Okay, so the cheapest rooms are usually the ones to get upgraded. There's a few reasons for this. One, it actually goes ahead and like spreads out the housekeeping work and stuff like that. That way you don't just have, you know, this type of room on this floor that is getting the most, what's the word I'm looking for? Getting the most traffic and overwhelming that. Secondly, if you buy the cheapest possible room and they upgrade you into a room that they're probably not going to sell and it's going to be empty, you're going to have rave reviews for that place and they can sell that cheap room again. So it kind of works out, and then you're going to talk good about them forever. So it's a good thing. All right, well, I'm going to do 8 and 9. You can do 10. All right, so number 8, it's actually part of a pet process that they have to replace their mattresses every few years. No matter if they're good or not. Like, it's every 3 years, I think, for choice. I think Marriott's actually 5. But Marriott uses mattress protectors a lot of times. And then they use a basically a topper that goes over the mattress protector so you can't really tell. Excuse me. So that's the kind of thing there. And then everybody kind of knows that hotels have like a secret guest, a secret word that they use for like problem guests, like Karen or whatnot. But yeah, everybody knows that kind of stuff. It's not that much of a secret, so I wouldn't really. I mean, everybody should know that. You knew that, right? Comment if you did. All right. Yeah. So number 10, all right, so everybody's going to say the best deal is going to be online. The best deal is typically booking. The best deal is actually booking way early. And if you could book early, you can get the better deal, the lower tiered rooms. And then they'll typically upgrade you. That way they can open those up, just like airline seats. If you book early, don't ever buy basic economy. They hate those people. But if you buy a regular ticket, a lot of times you can get upgraded to a better seat for cheap because they want to sell that cheaper ticket later on. A lot of people tell you go straight to the hotel and ask them, usually they're like double, triple. The best way is to get a discount code from like Walmart or, whoever, and Super Truckers Anonymous. I don't know. I should probably have a discount code, but that's the best way to do it. I usually save 20 to 40% because the discount codes have tens of thousands of nights on them from people who are staying on them. So like somebody who works for Walmart, somebody who, airline discount codes are amazing. Like they get way cheap. You can also have a friend. If you get a friend who gives you a pass, then yeah, that one's gonna be that's all in. That's the best you can be, because if you get the friend paper, you can actually buy them from like Marriott employees for like $200, and you can get the I'm just on vacation, but my sister works for Marriott discount, and you can pay like $40 a night. It's stupidly awesome, and I should probably do that. I just don't really have enough friends in the industry to be able to do that. But if you like this video and you want to see more of it, hit the subscribe button, comment, tell me what your tips and tricks are and things that you've learned along the way. And if you want to see one on airlines, I've got lots of tricks on airlines. If you want to see individual hotel ones, I've thought about doing some of those videos. So just let me know. Love you. Oh, I don't know if you know me, but this is not my style. I'm playing at editing, but I figure I'll give you one last thing you probably didn't know about hotels. Marriott, Hyatt, Hilton, none of them actually own their own hotels anymore. They're all flags. Everybody who owns those hotels are individual LLCs or hospitality companies underneath them. and they just franchise the flag to be able to come down, and then they tell them the standard of hotel they want, and then they don't actually check on it or anything. So they could be a $40 billion building under the Hilton brand or the Marriott brand and let it be a complete dump because they only get checked on like once every 3 years, and or 3 to 5 years, or whenever they get complaints. That's about how it works. As long as they're paying the franchise fee, nobody cares. Choice, they check a little bit more. Wyndham, not as much. But yeah, anyhow, there's your last and final. Thanks for watching. Love you. Oh, by the way, subscribe to my OnlyFans or hit the subscribe button on here. Either one. I don't care. I'll put the link in the description for the other if you want.